In our last lesson, we talked about the 3 biological factors that help us recharge our willpower throughout the day. For a long time, scientists believed these factors made up the majority of our willpower, about 70% of it. But new studies suggest that might not be the case. In fact, biology probably accounts for only around 30% of our daily willpower. So where does the rest come from? The answer, our mind. That's what we're covering today. 5 powerful psychological factors that can boost your motivation, strengthen your willpower, and keep you from falling into ego depletion. 1. Chunking. Break big goals into small pieces. The first factor is called chunking, breaking a large task into smaller, bite-sized pieces. One of the best examples of chunking comes from magician David Blaine. He's famous for extreme endurance challenges, like the time he spent over 63 hours inside a block of ice. Instead of focusing on the massive goal of surviving 63 hours, Blaine focused on just 1 hour at a time. Every hour that passed, he'd say, "Okay, I just need to get through the next one." Our brain is designed to conserve energy, and when it sees a giant task, it often says, "Nope, that's too big. We don't have the energy for this." But when you break it down, your brain says, we can handle this little part. Here's some extra willpower. You can use this strategy in your own life. Instead of telling yourself, "I have to write 5 pages," tell yourself, "I just need to write 1 paragraph." Small steps keep you moving and create momentum. 2. Confidence. The secret fuel. The second factor is confidence. The more confident you are in your ability to succeed, the less willpower you need to take action. Let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. For many people, that feels overwhelming. But if you break it down and focus on losing just 1 pound, suddenly it feels possible. Confidence grows with small wins. Tracking your progress, whether it's weight loss, habits, or any other goal, makes you believe you're capable of hitting the finish line. When you believe you can do it, you don't need as much mental energy to keep going. 3. Change the way you view willpower. The third factor is your belief about willpower itself. Research has shown that if you believe willpower is limited, you will run out faster than someone who believes willpower is unlimited. But the truth is, our willpower reserves are much larger than we use every day. Our brain simply sets an artificial limit. Once you understand how willpower works, you gain the power to override that mental barrier. Personally, I like to believe that by studying willpower, I've learned to access a deeper well of it than most people. And when you adopt this mindset, you'll notice you have more energy, more focus, and more control over your actions. For identity, who you believe you are. The fourth factor is aligning your identity with your goals. This is huge. Instead of saying, "I can't smoke because I promised to quit," tell yourself, "I'm not a smoker." See the difference? In the first example, you still identify as someone who smokes but is trying to stop. In the second, you've already become the type of person who doesn't smoke, no willpower required. Another trick is to replace phrases like "I have to" or "I must" with "I want to." This shifts your mindset from obligation to choice, reducing resistance and making habits stick more easily. 5. High-level thinking. Focus on the why. The last factor is what researchers call high-level thinking. A 2006 study by Professor Fujita found that people who focused more on why they were doing something had much higher levels of willpower than those who focused only on the how. Low-level thinking is short-term. How am I going to get to the gym today? What exercises should I do? High-level thinking is long-term. Why am I going to the gym? Oh, right, because I want to be healthy, strong, and live longer. Spending more time thinking about your why gives you a strong sense of purpose and makes it easier to stay consistent. Lesson summary. Let's wrap this up. You can boost your motivation and willpower by Keycap 1. Breaking big goals into smaller pieces, chunking. Keycap 2. Celebrating small wins to build confidence. Keycap 3. Changing your beliefs about willpower. It's not as limited as you think. Keycap 4. Shaping your identity to match the person you want to become. Keycap 5. Thinking about your bigger purpose to fuel long-term motivation. Master these 5 mental strategies, and you'll find it easier than ever to stick to your goals and stay motivated, no matter how challenging the journey. What did you think of today's lesson? Tell me in the comments how you'll apply it to your life and share it with a friend who needs to start today.